Sydney led it by 39 at three-quarter time. In the end, 63-point winners in a huge second half for the red and the white. Charlie kicked free.
Yeah, well, it was an incredible performance by the Swans in that second half. You mentioned all the scoring stats there, Howie, but impressively as well, the pressure was at 197. So they were fantastic offensively and defensively. As we head down to the ground, I think, Jono, you've got one of the winning players.
Oh, I've got Isaac Heeney. That third quarter, can we start there, please, Isaac? I know there's a lot to dissect in terms of the game, but that was powerful.
Yeah, we seemed to ramp up the contest, really. They were in and under, cleaner than us. I think that was the biggest thing in the first half. We were probably a bit panicky. It always is going to be hot footy in the start of the season, so to be able to, I guess, respond in the third and really crack in, and I mean, we were so much cleaner and it become powerful footy. So it was good to see it clean.
75 points, Isaac. 75 points.
Hopefully we just keep this wave going and continue to build in our system. And I mean, hopefully it's not like a repeat of 24 where we just have a good back half of the game and slow start. So we just need to get that going, and we'll be right.
Bit of passion out there as well. Obviously some ex-teammates on the opposition team, and same bringing Charlie in. The crowd loved him tonight.
Yeah, as they should. He's a genuine superstar, and we love him. He's contributed so much to the footy club already, just around the club, not even on the footy field, obviously. So he's a ripping bloke, and he's got a ripping family. So it's amazing, and it's sad to see the other two go there. I mean, they played really well tonight, both of them. They're outstanding. So there's a bit of passion there, but we love them, and we miss them, but that's footy.
And your head's okay? You copped a nice little knee to the temple?
It took me a bit to get going. I was slow the first half, and then it kind of woke me up, so no, it was fine.
And David King was big on the handball game in the second half. You generally got that going.
I think we were just cleaner, and our skills were on. We invited their pressure early, and then they were just better than us in the contest. In the second half, we were cleaner and better in the contest. So I guess it's, especially when it's a bit slippery and it's really dewy, so I mean really humid. So we ramped it up. It was really good, and we started hitting our handballs, and you get some easier goals, some deeper entries, and it's really good.
4 points. Got to be smiling.
We take that any day of the week. Absolutely.
Well done, Isaac.
Thanks, brother. Tough.
Well done to Isaac Heeney. So this is the modern game in 2026. Papley came into the game about 18 minutes in. He played 74 of 130 minutes, and he's doing sprints out the middle of the SCG just to get the GPS numbers up, Jack.
No, you'd be filthy. Absolutely filthy, Howie. You weren't allowed on the ground, and then he's doing runs through the middle of the ground. But Isaac Heeney mentioned in the second half they were just cleaner. And I tell you what, there was a man that lit this game up in the third quarter with 3 snags, and Jono's got him down on the ground.
I have. Justin McInerney. What a third term by the team, but individually as well. Three goals from yourself, over 10 disposals. Well done.
Yeah, thanks. It was a good way to kick off after getting sort of caught out for the first half. It was a great way to respond for the boys, and to get the win for Charlie was massive, so we're pumped.
Were you counting the goals in the third because you missed a sitter for your fourth?
I actually was. I didn't know I had 3 in the third, but I knew I was going for me fourth. I think it would have been career high, but I was fuming that I missed that.
It was a fantastic effort in that second half. What was the drive from within the group, in particular, you know, the leaders and what you were trying to achieve?
Yeah, as I said, they tested us in the first half. They were great. Their contest was unbelievable, and they were harder and cleaner than we were. And then the second half, just as a midfield group, and Isaac led the charge, just putting our head over the ball, contest. It was a great way to respond, and that's what turned the table.
We know the coach is wrapped with your development and what you've done this pre-season in particular to get yourself in the shape that you are to excel. What's impressed you the most? What have you worked the hardest on?
Yeah, I think just our new roles and coaching. The coaching's been unbelievable. I think we brought in Goody, Jeremy Laidler, Nick Malcheski, and they've been unbelievable. And to show that if we keep to our process and follow that results will come. And we know that we've got enough like talent in the group, I guess, that if we play for each other, we'll get in the right direction.
You learned tonight that you can be in any situation but still explode in the game.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what we need to look at. Our power, we're never out of a game. I think we put on, I'm not sure how many points we put on in that third quarter.
75. 75
points in the third quarter. Like, we've got some power with Errol, Lizard, Haynes, Chad, all these boys. So we just got to do the right things and play for each other, and the results will come.
Great game by yourself. Great game by the team. Well done.
This is Thursday Night Footy on Fox, brought to you by Ford. What an extraordinary performance by the Sydney Swans. Just 2 goals in the opening half and then 12 in the third term. It was a knockout quarter that ranks 3rd in the all-time list of AFL quarters. Jason Dunstall, you were bullish before the game about what the Sydney Swans could achieve this year. Has that increased your estimations of them?
Well, we saw both ends of the spectrum, didn't we? They were dreadful in the first half. They were fumbly. They couldn't link up. They dropped easy marks. They missed easy handballs. They obviously got a rocket at half-time, or they had a serious discussion about things, but they lit it up in the third quarter. We saw what they're capable of. Their running power is extreme. Now, it's hard to gauge at the moment. I probably need to look back to see, did Carlton just completely succumb, or was it all due to Sydney's brilliance? I suspect it might be a little bit of both.
Generally, when it's that result, it's a combination of both. But I don't think I've seen a team literally flick a switch like that. To play as ordinary as they were at half-time, even Isaac Heeney said there, they were panicky, they were rusty, disjointed. 2 goals, 6 at half-time at home in front of a massive crowd. And then to do what they did in that third quarter was remarkable, and I think it's a powerful statement to the rest of the competition of what their best looks like, Kingy. And when they maximise their weapons that they have, not many teams are going to be able to go with them.
Who could have held up against that? That was extreme. I mean, we've all seen games like that in the past and sometimes played in them. It felt like that game when Essendon had the big comeback against the Kangaroos. You feel hopeless. But having said that, they just ran holes through the middle of the ground. Yeah. And it's like there was no one to stop them. There was no attention to detail from Carlton's defensive structure once Sydney got on a roll.
I think every time we look at a goal, Joey, in this review process, there'll be a Swan 10 metres goal side, unopposed.
Yes.
And it just happened too regularly for Michael Voss to miss that going forward. So maybe they should have led at half-time by 4 or 5 goals, Carlton. I'm not sure. They didn't. And he's waiting for them. I fear what's going to come to those guys.
It felt like they also opened up the centre-half forward area because there were a lot of chip kicks of players just running into space. That became a real weapon for them. Not bombing the ball long, not necessarily looking for Charlie, just picking the best option, dropping in a hole.
It will be fascinating to see how Michael Voss does address this with the Carlton group right now, because you remember exactly 12 months ago, Sarah, against Richmond, they were 40 points up and then they absolutely capitulated and got beaten by the Tigers. Now, I know it's a different opposition, but that scarred them. They went on to lose their first 4 and their season was basically done and dusted. So they're shell-shocked, but hopefully they're not scarred by this performance. And I think Michael Voss, how he speaks to his group now is going to be significant on what happens the rest of the season.
And we, of course, will be taking Michael Voss's press conference live right here on Fox Footy, so make sure you stick around for that. They've now won only 2 of their last 20 here at the SCG against Sydney. So quite the horrid record for the Navy Blues. That door is closed and, to be a fly on the wall there. Something I picked up on, Joey, in the 2 interviews that Brad Johnson did, the word clean was used about 6 or 7 times. Clearly that was a theme at halftime from Dean Cox, that you guys have got to be much cleaner with the football because it was scrappy, it was messy, and it was panicked in that opening quarter.
Yeah, and it was obvious. I mean, we mentioned it, the ground ball numbers, and they gave praise to Carlton, how much cleaner and tougher they were. But you could see that Sydney were panicky and fumbly and just not looking anywhere like themselves. So really, in some ways, it might have just been a simple instruction from Dean Cox. You fix up this part of our game, and we know we'll get them on the outside, and our run and our talent will come through, and that's exactly what they were able to do. As Charlie Curnow, it'd be a nice relief for him right now, wouldn't it, to be able to walk off the ground with a big win and get through that game against his former side.
So he leads them down into the rooms in his 150th game. We know he's a little shy, doesn't love being the centre of attention, but this is his moment. He was the marquee man leading into this. Kicked 3 goals himself, Jace, so he'll be able to rest easily tonight.
Yeah, look, he was a decent contributor. I wouldn't say that he played one of his best games, but he certainly had a decent impact for the Swans. He did some bits and pieces. He was very team-orientated when he got the ball, which I really enjoyed about him, but they had great contributors right across the board, and we were talking off air, Joey, while we were watching the game. Roberts, I thought, played a really good game. His left foot was damaging. He used the ball well, and they've got running strength on every line and pretty good ball users on most lines.
They play the Brisbane Lions here at the SCG next week.
That's a big
Look
game.
out. Isn't that
game.
huge? I mean, what a team to test yourself against, Kingy. When you're up and running, you're feeling good after this, go up against the reigning premiers.
And footy can be like this for the first month of the season. A bit of a track meet, up and back. And what have you got? What have we got? 181 handballs. I mean, that's a huge number for Sydney. We'll talk about that in detail in a moment, but they are going to run teams into the ground.
All right, let's head inside the rooms. The Sydney Swans song.